Mineworkers Union NUM is calling for the head of Eskom CEO Ruyter. They have taken their demands to his office at Megawatt Park today in Johannesburg, as well as Cape Town's Eskom head office. The union is also protesting the unbundling of the utility and possible job cuts which may follow. ENCA reporter Lindokuhle Xulu is following the story for us. Lindo, we understand the memorandum has been handed over to Eskom management. What exactly do NUM workers want?
Well, Heidi, it has been handed over, and essentially this particular memorandum speaks about the fact that these workers do not want the privatization of Eskom. They're saying that that is in a form of the unbundling of Eskom, but they also speak about the fact that they are no longer confident in a man who has previously called Eskom a dead horse. They are referring, of course, to the group CEO, Ruyter, to say that he's a person who's called this organization as a dead horse, and therefore he has no turnaround strategy, and they do not believe is the right person to lead this, together with the board that, of course, would be appointed by Minister Pravin Gordhan. But those are some of the demands that they've captured for us. What I want to do right now, Heidi, is to actually speak to the General Secretary of the organization, National Union of Mineworkers, Ubabu William. Baba, thank you so much for speaking to us again. You've already handed over your memorandum. Just give us a sense in summary of some of the important parts that you were here to try and make a point to Eskom for.
I think our point must be very clear that we are not supporting unbundling. We are supporting the renewable energies. We are supporting the transition, but we are saying that the transition must be done in a manner that no job losses. If we can be guaranteed of those issues in terms of the just transition, we are in support. The last issue, we think that the management and the board of Eskom, including Ruyter, has been given a time to run this company. So Eskom was the best electricity utility supply in the world in 2002. They collapsed it. Now they must take responsibility that Eskom was collapsed by the management of Eskom, including the board and the CEO and the COO.
You have so many demands, many of them which include the non-privatization of Eskom, making sure that workers would get what is due to them in terms of the increments that you spoke about. You also spoke about how the current leadership of Eskom, the executives, are running into the ground. But now, tell me, what are the repercussions? What happens if these demands are not met? Because we've already had on record the group CEO saying it's not going anywhere. We've already had that unbundling is going ahead. What then if that continues?
In terms of the Companies Act of South Africa, when a company is failing, as an interested party, you have got the right to apply for a business rescue of that company. So if they want us to go to court and challenge that Eskom at its own current, it needs assistance of a business rescue, and they deny. Therefore, that means they must promise us that there will be no load shedding, and they must then promise that they will give our members an increase. Yeah. But if they fail, now the court will then realize that these fellow are failing to manage this entity.
Just as a last one from myself, there were communities that were here that had joined you. There were communities that had joined you, including Deep Proof, and they were here to also hand over their memorandums. But let's focus on Deep Proof, what is happening there. Electricity has simply been shut off because they're saying that they owe debt. We know there are many communities like that. But what is the view of the union about the shutting off of electricity because of this debt?
You can see that we are community people. Majority of these members that you see here, they come from Soweto. So we think that is inhuman. So there are many ways that you can resolve the problem of Soweto. But you can't take one measure, because what is even painful is that some of those communities in Soweto, they are paying electricity. Some are paying. Not everybody is paying. But I think we are at a time, we have got fourth industrial revolution. Eskom can supply Eskom with technology. That if yes, I don't buy electricity. Now, I can't have that electricity because I will have not bought that electricity. So using the old meter system that Eskom can manage, that is not the problem of the Soweto people. That is the problem of Eskom, that their infrastructure is the one that was installed during Jan van Riebeeck.
Okay, yes, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing with us just some of your sentiments. That is the General Secretary of NUM, just giving us a sense really of what their memorandum entails. But more importantly, Heidi, he speaks about the fact that they are willing to go to court and even apply for a business rescue for Eskom if they do not shape up in terms of some of their recommendations that are coupled with their memorandum, but also touching on the issue of Soweto, saying that they do not believe it's the right way or a right approach to switch off electricity there, speaking about the fact that they must fix their system first, which is the old system of collecting revenue and scaling people what they are using. They're saying that they must find innovations of dealing with that, Heidi. But those are some of the updates we're getting at the moment here at the Megawatt Park in Sunning Hill.
Okay.